Welcome to the third episode of Leadership Through Communication. At Toastmasters, we learn about leadership through communication and much more, many more life skills through the club experience that members get. We are here today at Citation 2019 talking about leadership through communication with four eminent leaders. We have here today with us our own international president of Toastmasters International, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon. Along with him, we have District Director, distinguished Toastmaster Jennifer Ghosh, District Club Growth Director, distinguished Toastmaster Ranjit Acharya, Division Director, distinguished Toastmaster Suman Shakya. We are all gathered here today to talk about how communication leads us to become better leaders and also hones life skills for us. How Toastmasters fraternity in Nepal will help develop not only one individual but the entire community in Nepal, and maybe one day we will hope to see leaders having the skills of Toastmasters because they are better communicators and better listeners. Today, the setting is different. We're not in our regular place. We are at the Citation 2019 having the panel discussion in the same theme, Leadership Through Communication. Welcome to the panel discussion, Leadership Through Communication at Citation 2019. We have welcoming on stage distinguished Toastmaster Suman Shakya. Our next panelist is Club Growth Director, District 41, distinguished Toastmaster Ranjit Acharya. Our next panelist is District Director, District 41, distinguished Toastmaster Jennifer Ghosh. And the reason that you have heard this theme is because Toastmasters is one such platform where leadership is developed through communication. As our earlier speakers have already talked about here on the stage, how communication is helping us build our life skills as well as our communication.
I think I've dwelled quite a bit about the skills that we gained through Toastmasters, all of today as well as yesterday. But the fact is that I can continue to speak on what we gained through Toastmasters and how communication is the key to develop our lives, ensure that we are able to excel in every sphere of our career, of our social life, of everything that we do. Because communication is one thing that we will have to do unless we decide to live on an island which is isolated and we're the only residents of that island. Even then, I suspect we'll want to speak to ourselves. So the fact is that communication cannot be avoided. And in today's world, where we are more and more engrossed in technology and communicate more often with our phones rather than with people, it becomes more important that we have platforms like Toastmasters where we can communicate with each other and learn that skill, which then propels us to leadership. So I think it's extremely important in today's world and will never ever lose its importance in the future as well.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon, on your thoughts, especially about how communication is important, even if we are stranded all alone in an island and we still need to talk to ourselves. Distinguished Toastmaster Jennifer Ghosh, I would like to ask the same question to you. What are your thoughts regarding this theme, leadership through communication?
Hello again, everybody. It's a pleasure to be talking about leadership. Leadership for me is just three simple things. When I took over as the district director, I just thought that if I am able to empower, if I am able to evolve, and if I am able to engage my members and my leaders, that would be my gift to them on leadership. Why empower? Because I believe Everybody has a leader in them, and if I don't give them the scope to grow, the leader will not emerge. So I need to empower my people, my leaders, my members, so that they move on in life and grow in a very conducive environment where they could care, they could share, and they could grow equally together. Then I decided that evolve. I kept that in the center, core, because I felt we will evolve from our Toastmasters journey together. Evolve through very customized solutions, because every person, every member is so diverse in Toastmasters that we can only evolve if we have that customization in our clubs, in our geographies that surround the District 41. And lastly, engage. I felt that engaging members through very open door channels of communication would help them to communicate with the leaders, so that leaders and members can come together, bring their thoughts on the table, and grow District 41 as a powerful district going forward. For me, leadership is just those three very simple things: empower, evolve, and engage. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Jennifer Ghosh, on enlightening us about what leadership is for you, especially empower, evolve, and engage. I would ask the same question to you, distinguished Toastmaster Ranjita Acharya, our club group director. What is your thought regarding leadership through communication?
For me, leadership means listening. And communication is one of the strongest pillars that we learn in Toastmasters is listening skills. And a true leader, a good leader, has those listening ears to the team, to the peers, to the mentors, to everybody. And a good leader is always made out of this listening skills. And communication that we practice in Toastmasters, in every regular meeting that we go, as a speaker we go or we play a role or not, we know that 90% of the time we are listening to each other. We're listening to the speakers, we're listening to role players. So that's what makes us good listeners. And if you are a good listener, then you are a good leader in making. So that's what is the take for me.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Ranjit, about sharing that for you, a good listener is what makes a good leader. How about you, distinguished Toastmaster Suman Shakya, our Division A Director? What's your thought regarding leadership through communication?
For a leader to needs to not just empathize, but to be compassionate as well. We can empathize, but there's a huge difference between empathizing and being compassionate. If you tend to become more compassionate, then your communication improves. You are able to understand what the other person is trying to say. You will be able to work with your team. You'll never keep yourself forward, but at the same time achieve the objectives and the goals that you have collectively built up. With compassion, you let others take the stage. You let others empower. And it is not just to empathize with others as to this, what has been done, but to showcase that compassion through the communication that you do. I feel that is the hallmark of a leader, and therefore communication is very important.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Suman Shakya, about enlightening us about having compassion in our communication to become great leaders. I'll come back to you, distinguished Toastmaster Deepak. You earlier mentioned about Toastmasters in your thought about leadership through communication. What is your international vision?
Before I talk about my international vision, what I do want to also add about leadership, and I misheard your question, and so I was more talking about communication rather than leadership. But when I talk about leadership, the quote that resonates in my mind is that by John C. Maxwell, who says a good leader knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So clarity of vision, knowing where to go, being able to communicate that vision, being able to get everybody involved in that vision, making sure that everybody is willing to accept where we need to go, being able to model that goal or model the way to achieving that goal, and then ensuring that you're leading everybody along the way is really the traits of a good leader. And communication is a part and parcel of this entire set of skills and attributes that a good leader needs.
Yes,
But at
thank
the same time, the vision that I have for the international vision is closely matched with our Toastmasters International envisioned future. The envisioned future of our organization is to be the first choice provider of dynamic, high value, experiential communication and leadership skills development. And the fact is that we can achieve that vision. That vision is very, very close to us because that's what we practice in our clubs on a daily basis in all the 143 countries that we have Toastmasters in today. How do we achieve this? How do we ensure that we're going to get to that vision? Is by ensuring that we have the highest quality club experience for our members. Because if we have high quality club experience, we're going to ensure that our members want to continue to come to the club and engage with the club. And that leads me to member achievement. That's our second strategic goal that we're working on in Toastmasters. Ensuring that everybody is achieving through Toastmasters, gaining the advantages that Toastmasters provides, and making sure that they are satisfied through what they receive in terms of what Toastmasters offers. And finally, building and growing awareness of Toastmasters. And you're doing it particularly well through all the media coverage that you're engaging in, ensuring that Toastmasters is well covered across the country of Nepal. And we're doing that at the international level as well. For the first time ever last year, we launched a pilot program for advertising. We launched the pilot in North America, in California and in Florida. It was a pilot for digital advertising, which was very successful. And now we've expanded the pilot to other parts of the world as well. If that proves successful, we intend to have a global advertising initiative which will also cover Nepal and various other parts of the world. So very soon, my friends, you're going to see an influx of people coming into Toastmasters because of all the advertising and marketing that's going to happen. Are you ready for that challenge?
Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon, for sharing your international vision, which is very closely linked to the club experience, as well as sharing about this new experience that you have started. How about in the district? What is your district vision? District Director, would you like to share some?
Well, it's very simple. People keep on telling me, that you're running after numbers. But then I feel that numbers count. And unless we don't have the numbers, we are not where we hope to be. So I'm not thinking in terms of number 1 or number 2 position in the world or number 3. Those are not the numbers I'm looking at. What I'm looking at is our members should benefit. So every club should have quality meetings. If we have quality meetings, we will be able to retain. Sustainability will be there, and that is the highest priority, is to sustain our members, keep our members with us. We don't want to leave them, and we want to add members. So if we have quality meetings, if we focus on having week on week quality meetings, I think we will have the numbers on the board, because it is an indirect cascading effect that when you see your members growing, automatically the educational goals will be met and everything will automatically show on the dashboard. So numbers do matter, but it comes from a different focus. It doesn't mean that we chase numbers. Numbers will chase us when we make our members successful, when we help them grow, and when we ensure that quality is there. in every club. So that's the vision for us.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster. Since we've already come to numbers, the best person to ask about numbers is our club growth director for District 41. What is your vision about the club growth itself?
See, when we are talking about club growth, just to explain to all the members inside this hall, when we're looking at clubs in each district or clubs numbers in division, there is base clubs number that was decided on 1st of July 2019, and that becomes our base. And there are 2 cycles to renew your memberships. If any club struggles and cannot renew minimum of 8 members, that club then does not come in our dashboard as active club, and it has to renew the members within next term to remain as active club. So there are many clubs like that in District 41 itself. So our first priority was to look into the clubs that are forcefully existing without following the proper meeting procedure or giving that proper experience to members. So we've decided that if these kind of clubs are there in District 41, we will just not let them renew, or like will not force them to renew. So that way we've lost quite a many clubs in District 41, and we are not intending to force leaders to just renew it for the sake of numbers. So that way we are looking at maintaining the quality and good health of district as well as divisions. We would want every division to maintain that healthy environment in club numbers or membership numbers. If we are getting member and that member is not renewing, that means we are doing something wrong in our club meetings. We are not providing them what we have promised as Toastmasters mission. So we need to be careful about it. There are so many things that we do in our regular club meetings. If you remember, Moments of Truth, that gives us entire idea about the club's health, what to do next. You know exactly as a leader. So if we do that, then the quality enhances, and once quality enhances, of course, numbers will come. Numbers will come side by side. You don't have to run after numbers. It's a byproduct, as Zenidhi was talking about. So we have not pressed on numbers yet. We have grown from small to big to bigger. We will keep growing as long as we are giving best practices to our members. Members will become brand ambassadors. They will bring in many more members and will keep growing. So that growth is organic growth, and we should welcome that.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Ranjit, for sharing that the most important thing is that the members keep renewing. They have the experience so good that they want to keep coming back, so that the numbers will grow organically. I would like to ask distinguished Toastmaster Suman Shakya now that the international president, our district director, our club group director, our District 41, all have said about the club's experience, and that's the vision in international as well as district. What is the vision in our division, Division A?
Hold very important positions. They are not able to articulate what they want to share, their thoughts, and our negotiation becomes very, very weak. It goes back to possibly our education system, that we have never been taught to lead. We have always been taught to follow. And this has remained for the last 300 years. And that has become a habit for us, that we don't even think about leading. I want to change that. I want to contribute to change that. In my own little way, whatever I can do, whatever I have learned through Toastmasters, I feel that this platform is amazing for individuals who really want to transform themselves and become leaders and to take the lead. We have seen in the past couple of years that at the club level also, trying to get executive committee members is a challenge. Forget about area directors. I feel that this opportunity that we have with us through Toastmasters and the vision of what we can do is to be transformative enough that we will have good leaders, good speakers, good communicators throughout the entire spectrum of our society. And possibly one day, a Toastmaster will be the Prime Minister of the country.
That's a very wonderful thought, Mr. Toastmaster Suman Shakya. Now that our Division A Director has expressed that interest to hone the skill of being able to express among great leaders in Nepal, I would like to ask you, our International President, how does the vision that you shared earlier tie in with what is being planned here in Nepal?
About 3 years ago, or 2.5 years ago, when Nepal agreed to become a part of District 41, and the board of directors of Toastmasters International voted to make Nepal a part of District 41, I could not visualize what would be the transformation that Nepal would experience because of the fact that it became a part of the district. I'm sure that many of you in Toastmasters here have not visualized the impact that that transformation would have, the change that we've seen. So if today, as I am amongst all of you here in Nepal, I have witnessed all that you have already achieved, I can say with all my heart that the vision that I see is very close to the international vision of growing Toastmasters through the quality that you offer. And yesterday night, I witnessed an extremely high quality club meeting. You must give kudos to yourself. So that's an example of a club meeting, and those were 4 clubs coming together, which means that those 4 clubs are offering that kind of club quality in their individual clubs. I'm quite certain that all the 30 clubs today have a similar Toastmasters program that they run in their meetings. In which case, I am sure that the clubs that are yet to come will also emulate those clubs which are already practicing high quality programming. And if that occurs, I can guarantee that one day every single Nepali will know of Toastmasters, and a majority of the people who are eligible to join will become Toastmasters. That's what I visualize for Nepal. And I hope that Suman's dream of a Prime Minister from Toastmasters comes true.
Thank you, Mr. for that faith in a Toastmaster becoming a Prime Minister, or a Prime Minister having the skill of a Toastmaster because he is a Toastmaster.
That was our 4 eminent leaders, Distinguished Toastmaster Deepak Menon, Distinguished Toastmaster Jennifer Ghosh, Distinguished Toastmaster Ranjita Acharya, and Distinguished Toastmaster Suman Shakya, talking to us about how communication can hone our skills to become better leaders. I hope you enjoyed the show that was held at the Citation 2019 panel discussion, Leadership Through Communication. See you in the next episode. Namaste.